Yes, thank you so much. Round of applause for her. Give her a cash prize of 20,000 Kenya shillings. Thank you. 25,000 Kenya shillings. Asante sana. Helen Jeporir, step up to the podium plus witnesses. This is it for us. All right, 1, 2, 3. Take pictures. 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much. We want to do this really quick. It is only 500 meters. Tafadhali, let's make that happen. 40,000 awarded. Asante 1,000 Kenya shillings. Let's take pictures. There is a ring. Yes.
Hata katika hii category. Naona vile unashikilia. Asante sana. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Unaona vile kunaenda bro. Mambo ni moto sio. Unaonaje? Hapa nakwambia.
For 6 kilometers under 20 years men, we will do that, but right after we think you finish it, regardless of how hard it is, because that is how you inspire, because they have to do several laps in between here, in the treacherous. The power finish with the end of it all, showing the younger generation how it's done all the way to the finish line, 60 years men. From my euro is 30,000 shillings. Asante sana. Let me bring up the second one, Matthew Koech. But Jude Afadhali, thank you very much. Get his medal and his voucher. 40,000 shillings. It's number 2 under 20 years. Round of applause for him. Asante sana. This is the future generation of athletes. And number 1, Charles Rotich. Charles Rotich, asante sana for winning this race. Apewe medal yake na voucher. Then we play the national anthem. It's a whooping 60,000 shillings for Charles Rotich and a medal from the President of Athletics Kenya, retired Lieutenant General Jackson Tuwei, and Milka Chemos, our champion as well. And we are standing by for the 8 kilometers race. But for now, the medal after that, which has been presented. Let's all be upstanding for the national anthem. We treat them like the champions that they are. All right, national anthem DJ.
Chepsaita is particularly a big success story because it has manifested the spirit of our flagship agenda we call Talanta Hela. Talanta Hela is a program for identifying, nurturing, and monetizing talent from the youngest age possible, from the grassroots, in sync with the plan of the Kenya Kwanza administration and the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. Kwa mara ya kwanza tumejionea wanariadha wa miaka 5 wakikimbia side by side na wanariadha wa miaka 100. The whole circuit of the population. And this race has also brought together participants from our 42 training centers that government has established in partnership with Athletics Kenya. And if you needed a demonstration to see how important it is to invest in talent development, then the presence of the incredible numbers, including over 700 participants in one race, this has manifested the importance of that. And so we are happy and will continue to support.
Hawa watu ambao unaona wanakimbia watoto, wengine wao utagundua hii mbio itategemea kufunza madogo zake kwa shule. Wengine hawana kitu ya kukula, itawasaidia. Alikuja akiwa free, ataenda na kitu. Na jambo la pili, watafanya bidii ya kubadilisha maisha yao ya kesho. Mwaka huu tumeanza, mwaka kesho utajionea kivumbi, kwa sababu tunataka wao watoto wafurahi, waende mbele, waonekane kwamba ni watoto ya baadaye.
Na hapa kweli imetuonyesha talanta nyingi sana ambayo tukikuza tunajua hapo mbele itakuwa vizuri. Kwa hivyo mimi nataka kushukuru waziri wa mchezo kwa ile kazi na mpango ameweka katika wizara, na tunaona sasa msisimuko wa mchezo wa mpira wa ukimbiaji na michezo mingi sana. Kwa hivyo ndugu yangu Ababu, heko kwako. Kwa wakaaji wa Uasin Gishu na wakaaji wa hapa Chepsaita, nataka tushukuru ndugu yetu Faruk kwa kutupea nafasi na kutuonyesha Kenya. Mimi mwenyewe sijawahi kufika hapa, lakini kutokana na urafiki wangu nimefika hapa. Kwa hivyo hii tufungulie nafasi, tuungane na wengine na tukimbie. Tumeona the heroes of Kenya, kina Kipchoge, ambao wametuonyesha, they have shown us a good example. Tunashukuru sana.
The second investment that I want to announce here is a 35 megawatt geothermal investment of $110 million by Globelec in geothermal energy, again in a place called MATIANG'I, with an investment of $110 million. We have Mike Shole here, who concluded that agreement this morning, and Eddie Njoroge. Are they here in our midst? We can give them a round of applause. Right there. Can we give them another round of applause? Thank you very much. Again, real opportunity, real investment concluded in this COP27 as a precursor for what will be done in Nigeria, what will be done in Senegal, what will be done in Cote d'Ivoire, and in every other country, including Burundi in East Africa. I want to confirm here that we are already in discussion with Burundi. They have huge reserves of nickel. And we want to work with Burundi so that instead of exporting nickel as a raw material, we can see how we can collaborate, provide renewable energy, so that we can process nickel in Burundi and be able to export finished products for manufacture of all the items that we want to manufacture in that space. Let me also make an announcement here, again, of real opportunity, real investment that have been concluded in this COP, so that when we say, as the continent of Africa, we are a continent of opportunity, we are actually laying bare those opportunities for the world to see, for the world to appreciate, and for the world to come along with us, because we have real investment that will change the course of history. And these are green investments that are in tandem with saving the planet.
Africa is much more. Africa is about 60% of the world's renewable energy resources. Africa is about 40% of the world's mineral resources necessary for energy transition. Africa holds 65% of the world's uncultivated arable land that can be used for smart agriculture. Africa has the largest natural carbon sinks anywhere in the world. And much more importantly, Africa has the youngest population with the potential for the future to be the largest market. And we are doing everything to consolidate Africa into one market that we can profile with 1.4 billion people and a GDP of 3.5 trillion. That is the new narrative of our continent.
We see climate action as the opportunity of a lifetime. It is the opportunity to start to invest in a trajectory of economic growth that will give us sustainability, will give us prosperity, will give the young people of the continent jobs, and will drive growth and growth in incomes. So listening to you today, how your plans to transform the resource-dependent nature of the past mode of development into a new drive for industrialization shows the world how change can happen. And that positions this discussion perfectly for the negotiation that is still to come in the context of the COP. We will be talking about the global stocktake. We will be talking about how, as a global community, we can shift our economic model to a new trajectory, to a new opportunity, and an opportunity that is based on changing investment into new emerging technologies and driving growth. So we want to congratulate you on behalf of Dr. Sultan Al Jaber, COP President. He has asked me to convey to you his deep appreciation for the initiatives that you have taken, the contribution that it brings to the negotiations of the new climate agreement, and that it lifts everybody's expectations of what we can achieve here. So thank you very much for that. I also want to say, and in relation to President Ruto's initiative and his leadership at the Africa Climate Summit, that the Africa Climate Summit was one of those watershed events that marked the change in the mentality that we saw for growth. And that is the opportunity that the United Arab Emirates, where Dr. Sultan announced that the United Arab Emirates would be committing $4.5 billion for clean energy investment in Africa. That's not one of those climate pledges that evaporates over the years. That's a commitment. And to demonstrate that that commitment is moving, already today, $2.6 billion has already been allocated in partnerships between Masdar, AMEA, Etihad Credit, and Abu Dhabi Fund, and the Africa 50 initiative. This is going to drive 1.8 gigawatts of new green power into the African grid over the next few years. This will be the basis of the new green industrialization. This is what will provide the energy framework to kickstart all of the activities that you have been discussing today. So it is an honor for the UAE to be engaged with you in this effort. We are inspired by your dedication and your leadership, and we're looking forward to a very successful COP with your partnership to bring this new perspective to the world and to drive this new agreement in a way that creates real change.